Check. Hey.
Yo, what's going on everybody? Alex Pandrea here, back with another video. Today we are going to talk about how to improve your classic palm technique, how to do it from start to finish by palming the card, what to do when the card is palmed, and replacing it afterwards. Now if you're anything like me, I've had trouble with palming a card ever since I was little. I thought I had small hands, I didn't know what to do with the card, and I had all these windows. This is the main reason that for years I've never ever used the classic palm technique. I would always just cop the card or do a diagonal palm shift into the left hand. It felt more natural for me. Now the worst thing to see is having somebody place their hand on top of the deck, palm the card off, and then come away with it like this. Maybe you see the card through their hand. Things like this is not obviously natural, so like a lot of things on this channel, we're gonna take things that we already know, maybe you already know how to classic palm a card, and make it as natural as possible, at least in my opinion. Okay, so like with a lot of moves that I talk about and teach, I like to talk about first what the problems are that people might have and how to fix them. So if you learn what the problems are, it'll be easier to know what not to do. So the main obvious problem that I see when somebody tries to palm a card is their right hand would go cover the deck fully and then palm off the card, and this action is not justified in my opinion because they do this, they try to do that, and then they come away with the card like that, okay? So the first thing is palming the card without being suspicious that you're gonna do a palm. The second problem I see is that after the card is palmed, either there's windows, and windows is a relatively easy thing to fix if you're just conscious of it, but more importantly, it's very awkward when you're there and people like to stay with their hand in a weird position to try to cover the fact that they have a card palm. They try to look natural. Okay, and this is not natural. People think that if they drop their hand to the side, it's more of a guilty hand, which that shouldn't be the case. So that's the second problem I have, is after I palm off the card, what to do with it. And the third and final problem that people might have with the classic palm is replacing it. You would always see things like this, right? Unjustified move where we want to get this looking as natural as possible. So how do we fix these problems and learn them step by step? So before anything, I want to show you the exact technique of how to palm a card, just in case you don't know. It should be between the pinky and the base of the thumb right here. Now, if you notice your thumb, when you squeeze it like this, there's two sets of, I guess, wrinkles that happen, and the corner should be in that one that's more towards you. This is more to palm a coin, and then over here is what you need to palm the card. So it's here and it's the pinky. And this makes, I think, the best technique, the most natural technique when palming the card, just like that. Okay, so keep that in mind. You don't need to go full out and like have all your fingers on the card. It could be more natural, okay? So the way that I do it is under the guise of squaring up the deck. Now, for that to happen, you need something to happen before to get the deck in a position where it needs to be squared up. So it could either be a little dribble like that, it could be one of these, it could even be a spring, it could be a spread, but the main idea is to get it loose in your hand like this so that the cards need to be squared up at this point. And if you look at your natural actions in card magic anyway, at least for me, I do this sometimes without having to do a move. So I do springs sometimes, like little springs like this while I talk. Maybe I do like a dribble like this as I talk. So natural actions, if you could add it in between without doing anything, then when you do the move, let's say a classic palm at this point, it'll be more natural, okay? Another thing is to talk as you gesture with your hand in the position already as if you were having a card palm. So as I talk, I'm going to do this, maybe, talk, patter, 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 whatever your trick may be. And when you're ready to do it, this is what's going to happen. You are going to make contact with your pinky to the top right corner of the card, okay? And this is what is going to be used to pop off the card like this into the palm. Now your hand is here already. What's going to happen is you're going to do this, okay, as the cards are being squared, okay, top right corner, it pops into the hand. Now from here, I'm going to square up the cards by moving my hand, my right hand, to grab the deck, Okay, in this position, this finger is curled at this point. So it connects here. I square up the cards, and look what I'm doing. I'm squaring up like this. Okay, so here's the move without palming the card. I come here, I move forward my right hand as I square the deck up like that. Okay, so that should be the technique. I have to square up the cards, so it's like this. Now to add the palm is cards are messy, finger touches, pinky touches here. I move forward, okay, and you want to tilt this as, you know, not too much, not at a vertical position, but you want it more of a diagonal position like this, not horizontal, not vertical, but on a diagonal, so that when you move your hand forward to square up the cards, you can grab them. Okay, and now you're not in a position where you might flash here because it's totally vertical, or in a position like this where you could show your windows. Okay, so you want it in a diagonal position, and this also helps, by the way, if you have small hands, because if you have small hands, another tip is just don't go to the corner, start to palm off over here. So now when you do the palm and you're in this position, you don't have any flashing here, and this could actually stick out a little bit, and because you're not like this, it won't flash. Okay, you're like this, and if you have small hands, this could help. So here, pinky makes contact, I move forward. As I move back, my first finger curls, I square up the cards, and I get them into this position like that. All right, and you have successfully palmed off the card. So because the cards are loose in your hand, doing something like this helps to get that card to pop off with just a slight touch. So you don't need a big touch to actually get that card in your palm. You just need the slightest touch. And it always helps, let's say if you do a dribble and then you have that one card sticking out a little bit more than the rest. Okay, so here and then that last card, maybe you do that so that it's further out. Okay, same thing with the dribble like this. And I could get it loose so that my fingers here would actually hold the rest of the cards back in place, and just that one card is out, okay? That's gonna help a lot when it's like this and that top card goes off to the side by itself when coming in to square the cards and palm it off, okay? It's gonna be much easier. You are here in this position, you have the card palmed. Now what to do with it? Here is the main problem. You do not want to be in this position too long. You do not want to be in this position too long as you talk. This could be nice as a quick gesture, but I think it's overproving. What you want to do is drop your hand. Now, you don't want to drop your hand right after here and then drop your hand like that. That could be draw attention to it. So what you want to do is from here, you want to do it in 2 steps. First, I gesture and I separate the hand. So I gesture once, step number 1. Gesture number 2 is I bring the left hand with the deck higher and the right hand lower. So those are the 2 steps to bring your hand down in a natural position. So you're here, I gesture once to separate, I gesture again to move the deck up into view, okay? And right hand just drops naturally, all right? So blah, 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 okay? Another thing that you want to keep in mind when doing this is that you want a natural action of up and down when doing the palm. So instead of just coming here and grabbing it and staying at the same level, it would be good to move your hand up as you square and then down with your right hand, okay? So as you come here to square up the deck, you move up with your hand, and it doesn't have to be a big jerk, it just has to be a natural up with the motion, so you're squaring, and then you can have your right hand come away, and then your left hand come up even further as your right hand comes down. So I can start low when the cards are messy. As I come up to palm, I move up, square the cards, and then here, okay? We'll talk about really quickly if you want to give out the deck to the spectator to shuffle. One way you can do it is to actually place it on the table. And if you were going to place it on the table, I would do it with the card already palmed and I place it on the table, okay? And then move my hand back. Just because you want to be free where you do this and you place it on the table. Yes, you can hand the deck like this to the spectator, but I think there are better ways, and the better way for me to do it, because you don't want to flash at this point, or you don't want it to be seen from here, maybe in different people standing in different places. So what you want to do is, instead of going like this, you just move the deck up and you pinch the deck like this. Very fair. So it'll be the same technique. I grab the deck, I gesture once, now I move to the spectator and I give them the deck to shuffle. Okay, good. So now we're going to replace the card that is palmed on top of the deck. Now, how to do that? I do it in the same exact way as I would have done where I would have palmed off the card. I want to get the cards messy into the hand so that I have room to place this card on top. And the main way that I do it is under a dribble like this. The card is palmed into the hand. I again go back into the exact same position where this is in a diagonal state, and I dribble just like this, and I keep my hand here for a second as if I had the same technique where the card is palmed, okay? And then I can gesture and show my hand or whatever you want to do. So again, it's very important, the move before, the move after, to come full circle around. So this is in the palm, I move forward like this, and I am in the same position. The only difference is that my finger is extended rather than curled. I'm going to dribble the cards, and when I finish the dribble, I just release everything and the card just jumps on top. So I palm it off, and then to replace, I dribble and I place it back here. So palm and dribble. Square up, dribble. Okay? Alright guys, so there you have it. That is the classic palm and the tips that I have for it. Now keep in mind one thing. When doing this move, and any move in general, it's best to know, like I said before, what comes right before, what comes right after. Because if you know those two things, then the natural action in the middle of doing that secret technique is much more natural and covered better. So a bonus tip for you, if you still feel uncomfortable with having a card palmed, I know in the beginning that could be the case, is to actually have the cards, put them into your hand and walk around with them all day and do natural things with them, like eating, playing with your phone, being on the computer, brushing your teeth. Just try out activities with this in your hand, and don't worry about the cards being bent or anything, so you see how your hands are and your fingers are naturally. When doing things, when just standing there, just take a look and see how your hand is. Don't be scared to bend it a little bit further if you feel like this is not a natural thing. Okay, so whatever works for you, just get it as comfortable as possible before going into the move. Awesome guys, so that wraps it up, full circle for the classic palm. Now, as a little bonus, if you check out my Instagram, I actually have a routine that I use with the classic palm of palming a card and replacing it back, but how I do it in a routine with the spectator. So that is on my Instagram and it is up now. You can just check it out, and that's just a little bit of bonus. If you do like these kind of little bonuses, I do have them all over my Instagram every once in a while, so feel free to scroll through, and there's a lot of tips in there on card magic and theory and things like that, so it takes it a little bit further than just my YouTube videos. So follow me on Instagram and subscribe here if you haven't already. Hit that like button if you like this video, and I will see you next time. Peace.